Hi, my name is Todd Asbury, President and CEO, and just want to thank you for being with us today in Bank Day, and look forward to sharing some things with you about my experience with banking and also how that the bank helps in the communities that we serve. It was April of 1988. I was 17 years old. I was a senior in high school and had a call from our principal saying that the local branch of the bank in town was looking for someone to work during the summer. And so I went and interviewed, and the rest is history. I got a job, and I started working during the summer months at the bank there, and worked there, continued to work even while I started school. And so I went to Bluefield College, and I graduated from there in 1993. And I worked all the way during my college years as a teller and opening new accounts. And then right after that, I had an opportunity come to me to go to another bank, where I went there and started doing credit analysis, which is a job where I was taking my accounting skills. That was my major, was accounting, and using those to help analyze financial statements for commercial loan deals. So for a loan for a business, using my accounting skills to help analyze that credit so that they could make a good decision on it. And so I did that for about a year, and another opportunity came to me, and I went to work for what was called a holding company of the bank that I was working for, that had multiple banks that was under its ownership. And I went into the accounting department there. And while I worked in that accounting department, there were a lot of actions that were taking place to consolidate a lot of the operations and personnel and accounting and marketing and different things, different positions in the bank, different departments in the bank to that one central location. So we did that, and was also involved with some mergers and acquisitions of some banks during that time. And so it was a really good learning experience. So I was in that accounting role for about 4 years, and had worked on getting my CPA license. And so in 1997, I was passed the test, and I became a licensed CPA. Well, the bank that I worked for, the holding company, ended up selling to another bank out of Northern Virginia. And when I was working there, I was going to have to relocate to either Roanoke or Northern Virginia, and it just wasn't the right time, so I didn't do that, and I got a job with a local regional accounting firm and was working there for a couple years. And while I worked there, I was auditing banks, and so that was part of my learning experience as well, and employee benefits and taxes and different things like that that helped me to even grow further in the career and knowledge of the banking world. So I had a couple opportunities come to me while I was working in public accounting, and both of those opportunities were to be a controller of a bank. And a controller is someone who is basically oversees the accounting department, is responsible for regulatory reporting to the FDIC, also to the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, and then overseeing the normal accounting functions in the bank. And so one of those was with this bank, New People's Bank, and another was with a bank that I knew the CEO, who was somebody I worked with when I was at the holding company, who had gone to Charlottesville, Virginia. So I chose, my wife and I had just gotten married, so we moved to Charlottesville, and I went there as the controller, and I worked there for about 4.5 years. And during that time, I was promoted from the controller to the chief financial officer, and then I started to oversee all of the operations part of the bank, the deposit operations, and that part of it as well. So again, another great learning experience in my career. The opportunity came up here at this bank in 2003 to join with them as the chief financial officer. So my wife and I are originally from southwestern Virginia, and so we moved to Abingdon and in 2003, and I came on board as the chief financial officer here at the bank, and served in this role for 11 years until December of 2014, at which time I was promoted to become president and CEO of the bank. And so been in this role now for over 6 years. And like I said, it all started from a high school day of going and interviewing with the local branch of a bank and coming in as a teller and learning to open new accounts and learning to deal with people and learning a lot of experiences while I went to college. And so it's been a great, rewarding career for me and for my family, and not only from the aspect of the position and those types of things, but just knowing that you're able to help people and do a lot of things in the community and make a big difference. And so community banking is somewhat different. We're all banks as far as banks go. We're banks, community banks, and then you have the larger banks. But from a community bank standpoint, we live in the communities where we work and where we serve. And so we're very vested in the outcome of what goes on in our communities. And we have a great responsibility to be able to help to help with economic development. We hire people in our local region, our local areas. We make loans that help loans businesses to come into formation and to further grow and to expand. We help individuals with their homes, with their cars, with education, with different things, home improvements. And we also help with, from the savings standpoint, and people to save for their future through savings and through financial services, to make investments for the future and for retirements, and then just your normal day-to-day operational type checking accounts. And we have all kinds of digital services that we offer to our customers that they can use through mobile banking, online bill pay, ITMs, interactive teller machines that are located at all of our locations at the ATM, to where you can push the screen and you can talk to a live person, and that person can help you with basically any transaction that you would do at a drive-in window of the bank. So these are all services that we're able to provide. And so this is part of a community bank of where we can offer these types of things in our local community. And by doing that, we also, the money goes back into the communities that we serve. So when we make those loans, when we make income, the taxes, we have bank franchise taxes, it goes right back into our local communities. We do a lot of community support through donations, and also being on boards of different community organizations and helping to give financial education and financial advice to these nonprofit organizations. And we help with schools, we help with in the high schools, and maybe your high school has been one that we've helped from financial literacy training, and to help you to understand more about financial literacy, of how to deal with your personal finances, and how that you can also work with a bank in order to open an account and make a loan, and what the importance of a credit score is, and all those different aspects of it. So community banking is something that when it gets in your blood, it stays there. And I go back to what I said earlier when I started working as a teller many years ago, and I had that 2-year stint that I was out in a public accounting. In that time, I was auditing banks and doing things like that, but I still had that desire to get back into banking and that career in banking. And there are so many different careers that's available within the banking industry that you should explore and ask some questions. Feel free to ask us any questions after today of anything that you have an interest in about careers in banking. We'd be happy to help you with that. And we'd be happy to have you as a customer, if you're not a customer already, to bank with us. Wherever you may go to school, wherever you choose to go to school, you can pretty much bank with us. You still have the ability to do mobile banking. We can transfer money between accounts and different things like that too. So you don't have to go to the big banks where you're just a number. You can stay with your local community bank where you're not just where you are valued as a person. And so thank you, and I hope you do well on your essay, and look forward to meeting you in person sometime. So have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.